dying breath I can see in his eye. He knows his world has turned him to his death. The EnderDragon's flying overhead and targeting me. Destroy the Ender crystals, destroy the Ender crystals. The EnderDragon strafing all my exits naturally. Gotta kill the EnderDragon before he kills me. Come this far, we fought real hard. We've been through the strange adventure to the bizarre. Crafted many things from big structures to weapons. We've lost many friends from the dungeons we stepped in. Gotta kill the EnderDragon before he kills me.
Alright. And here's the last thing to do in the end. When you've slaughtered the EnderDragon, which somehow doesn't deal damage once all the Ender crystals are gone, make yourself a nice little staircase up, because that's the good way to get up here. Get out your pickaxe. Might want to, kind of want to mine this EnderDragon egg, the dragon egg, I guess. Make some sort of wall around it, and I'm pretty sure it's mined with a pickaxe. Watch out for the Endermen. Actually, I had to die to some just because I needed my pickaxe and some other things. Just make some staircase. You see, once you start to mine the dragon egg, it will teleport away somewhere nearby. So here is the trick. Want to start to mine somewhere else, and then mine the egg itself. And there you have it. An EnderDragon egg. Time to go through the portal. And here's the end. And the ending and the credits. Or credits on the ending, that is. I actually thought this would be much tougher. Also, there's someone in the house, so I'm gonna be kind of quiet. Maybe they already left. I don't know. So yeah, and yeah, and so there's a sort of story here. I see the player, you mean. X-Man 490? Yes, take care. It has reached a higher level now. It can read our thoughts. That doesn't matter. It thinks we are part of the game. I like this player. It played well. It did not give up. It's reading our thoughts as though they were words on a screen. That's how it chooses to imagine many things, and it is deep in the dream of a game. Words make wonderful interface, very flexible, and less terrifying than staring at the reality behind the screen. They used to hear voices before players could read. Back in the days when those who did not play called the players witches and warlocks, and the players dreamed that they flew through the air on sticks powered by demons. What did this player dream? This player dreamed of sunlight and trees, of fire and water, and dreamed it created, and dreamed it destroyed, was hunted, dreamed of shelter. Ha! The original interface. 1,000,000 years old, and still works. But what true structure did this player create in the reality behind the screen? He worked with 1,000,000 others to sculpt a whole world in a fold of creative something. I cannot read that thought. No, it has not yet achieved the highest level. That it must achieve in the long dream of life and short dream of game. Okay, time to... I can't really read all this and just cut to the green text down there, or blue text there. It reads our thoughts. Sometimes I do not care. Sometimes I wish to tell them, this world you take for the truth is merely something, and yet they play the game. It was so easy to tell them. Too strong for this dream. I think I might have mixed these voices up, sorry. To tell them how to live is to prevent them from living. I will not tell the player how to live. The player is growing restless. I'll tell the player a story, but not the truth. No, a story that contains the truth safely in a cage of words, not the naked truth that can burn over any distance. Give it a body again. Yes, player, use its name, X-Man 490, player of games. Good. Take a breath now. Take another. Feel air in your lungs. Let your limbs return. Yes, move your fingers. Have a body again. Under gravity, in air. Respawn in the long dream. There you are. Your body touching the universe again at every point. As though you were separate things. As though we were in separate things. As though we were in separate things. Who are we? We were called the Spirit of the Mountain, Father Sun, Mother Moon, ancestral spirits, animal spirits, jinn, ghosts, the Green Man, then gods, demons, angels, poltergeists, aliens, extraterrestrials, leptons, quarks. We do not change. We are the universe. Skipping a little. Once upon a time, there was a player. The player was you, X-Man 490. Sometimes it thought itself human, in the thin crust of a spinning globe of molten rock. The ball of molten rock circled a ball of blazing gas was 300. Sometimes the player dreamed it was a miner on the surface of a world that was flat and infinite. The sun was a square of white. The days were short. There was much to do, and death was a temporary inconvenience. Sometimes the player dreamed it was lost in a story. Sometimes the player dreaming was in other things in other places. Sometimes a player dreamed it watched worlds on a screen. Words on a screen. Let's go back. The atoms of the player were scattered in the grass, in the rivers, in the air, in the ground. A woman gathered the atoms. She drank and ate and inhaled, and the woman assembled the player and her body. And the player awoke from the warm, dark world smote through his body into the long dream. And the player was a new story, never told before, in DNA. You are the player, the story, the program, the human, made from nothing but milk and love. Let's go further back. The 7 billion atoms of the player's body were created long before this game, the heart of a star. So the player, too, is information from a star. Something about Julian, as an Flat Infinite World by Marcus. Shush. Sometimes the player created a small private world. It's soft and warm, simple. Sometimes hard and complicated. Electrons and protons. Sometimes it called them planets and stars. Sometimes it believed it was a universe and was made of energy, made of offs and ons, zeros and ones, lines of code. Sometimes it believed it was a game, or the player reading words. Shush. Sometimes the player read lines of code on the screen, decoded them into words, decoded words into meaning. These thousands of something. You are alive. Sometimes the player believed the universe had spoken to it through the sunlight that came through the shuffling leaves of the summer trees. And sometimes the player believed that the universe had spoken to it through the light that fell through the crisp night of winter. And sometimes the player believed the universe had spoken to it through the zeros and ones, through the electricity of the world. And the universe said, I love you. And the universe said, you have played the game well. And the universe said, everything you need is within you. And the universe said, you are stronger than you know. And the universe said, you are the daylight. And the universe said, you are the night. And the universe said, the darkness you fight is within you. And the universe said, the light you seek is within you. And the universe said, you are not alone. And the universe said, you are not separate from every other thing. And the universe said, you are the universe, tasting itself, talking to itself, reading its own code. And the universe said, I love you because you are love. And the dream was over, the game was over, and the player woke up from the dream. And the player began a new dream. And the player dreamed again, dreamed better. And the player was the universe, and the player was love. You are the player. Wake up. Yeah, that's funny. I guess it makes sense. I mean, if you've been playing, I'd say take about a day to get through all this, you know. There's Marcus, Notch, of course, main creator, and Jen's the post-release programmer, designer, main designer. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Main designer, post-release, or post-official release, I guess. Music and sound, yep. C418, that is. Something. I don't really know. Oh, and then Julian Gomes, guy who wrote all this stuff about dreams and reality and waking up, because, you know, if you play, you probably play for a really long time, and that'd be way too long, because, you know, seriously now. I mean, you know, killing all the Endermen and all the blazes and going to the Nether and all that. There's Lydia Winters, the Minecraft chick. Yeah, I'm not sure. By now, she might be over at Mojang. I'm not sure. You know, I think they are all of them are just, you know, around for the holidays. You know, 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. Mark Twain. I guess that's somewhat of what Mark Twain's voice would be. I don't know. Well, it's a fitting ending, and then you leave the world, and then you go back to your spawn point. And now the EnderDragon has been defeated, and all that good stuff. And yeah, that's it for this sort of a a sort of climax to let's randomly play Minecraft or let's play Minecraft. I actually got a whole bunch of potions. You know, I thought, oh my, I'm gonna need a whole lot of stuff, and turns out I didn't really need that much. Ugh. Now I'm gonna quickly head back and place my new dragon egg, and that'll be it for this video. And now I'm gonna head on back to my very spawn point. Yes, indeed. It's right about here. Because I went down this little staircase I made, down the gravel, found some iron, made my first iron tools from the iron ore there that I smelted. Now, place the EnderDragon egg. And I think, yeah, it teleports away like that. So you have to click something else and then click it to mine it. So yeah. Oh, and by the way, Happy New Year. Here's a new farm I made. But yeah, have a Happy New Year, and yeah, see you in 2012.